What's going on, team? We're back again with another chart breakdown. I'm gonna keep it quite simple and straightforward. Um, so we're gonna be looking at a few pairs and just trying to see if we can find a proper setup for today. To 25th of June, Wednesday. We know that a lot of reversals potentially happen on Wednesdays or Thursdays, or trend continuations actually. Given that most of the time they do the fake moves within Monday and then within Tuesday, sometimes they choose to hit that same level once again just to clear out the stops. And then starting from Wednesday, we know now that we can be expecting that those fake moves, that VV move or that A move, before price can potentially continue heading to the BDMM market direction, right? Which our trend is actually different from most of the other trend. So without any further ado, so currently I'm taking a look at Euro USD, and from what you can see, Euro USD, yesterday, actually day before yesterday, I did put this level over here. We had a W here a couple days ago, and from this W here, price went up, failed to break, came down and hit that same level again, giving us another potential W formation. And from then you can see that we had 1 day of rise. This could be categorized as one, this could be categorized as two, or if we go on the bigger picture, we can just see and just say that this is 1 day of rise over here, and from this point onwards we could mark this as a consolidation, given that if you already know, what they do is they rise, they consolidate and accumulate, and they accumulate this order before and hit the stops before they continue with their trend, so that they make sure that all of those who had gotten the right direction of the trend and are trading in line with their trend gets taken out by this top hunt. But obviously with proper knowledge and with time and experience, you'll be able to see all of these things and predict, not 100%, but your probabilities and your chances are going to increase compared to most of the other retail traders. So at this point, obviously we had our W formation, they hit again, and we had level one. We could say that this is level one rise, 1 day of rise consolidation, and essentially we could be expecting another rise again for it to be second level rise. Let me just this line over here is for days, so we could be having like 1 day of rise, 2 days of rise, and then essentially 3 days of rise, or a sticky one. Price might decide to just come up here and reverse or something of that sort. So let us go to a much smaller time frame, and if we go to the much smaller time frame, you can see that price broke below the Asian session, which is this box here, Asian low. How many pips is this actually? Let me just take a quick look so that I can see how many pips this was. We are looking at 18 pips, which wasn't really much. And let me also present this thing. Right now is 12:51. Let me just check what time it is currently in the US, since that we like to look at. Currently it's 4:51 in the US, which means we are currently at the London session. They already hit the low. Ideally, I would like them to hit the low and hit one of these EMAs, but they did not do that. They just hit the low. They came here, hit again, and they snatched, and potentially price looks like it's starting to head to the upside already. But there's also another probability that they might want to, let me just do this real quick. There's also another probability that they might want to come back, hit, and the beautiful trade I would be looking for essentially is for them to come hit with the EMA. That would be such a beautiful and proper confirmation on my side. Let me just make sure the EMA settings are correctly. Yes, that would be a proper confirmation on my side, but right now it looks like they've already started moving price to the upside, and if we were to actually enter this trade, our stop loss would actually be higher than we usually use. This we'll be looking at 19 pips stop loss, and we would be looking at least TP1 23 pips, and then TP2 essentially we could be looking around 40 or maximum 50 pips, or somewhere around this place here which would be 33 pips. So 33 pips, it's not really bad, but I usually don't like to take trades with a large stop loss like this. And if I am to take this trade right now, I would be risking very low because of where it is right now, and I'm not really that confident in it, but it's looking good. Also want to see how this candle might close on the H1. This might be a railroad track, and this could be another source of confirmation as well that we could use to enter and execute this specific trade to the buy side. So looking at this, I'm also, let me just open my MT4 real quick, because sometimes I like to check on both platforms just for that extra confirmation. Not to mention that on my MT4 I also want to look at my TDI for potential divergence or anything of that sort. Let me just take a quick look at EU. Let's see EU. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Yes, I like how it's looking right now. You can see like the TDI divergence as well. So this is a confirmation that we also use, and also they hit the low at the right timing. So yeah, we could be taking a buy side right now from here. TP1, we're looking at the Asian high potentially, and TP2 could be here, or we could just keep it open just to see how price is gonna behave. But there's also still a probability that price might wanna come hit this price point again before going to the high, and we must keep that in mind. Therefore we will execute this trade knowing that there's this probability as well. And let us take a look at some other pairs. Let me take a look at GU. Currently GU, you can see it's coming from upside. The trend has been rising dramatically. I can't really see what's really going on. So most of the time, if I look at GU and I look at EU, which are the majors, I now want to look at the cross, right? When I look at the cross, therefore I will be looking at Euro GBP. This is the pair that I'll be looking at, since I looked at those two pairs. So from Euro GBP, I'm not even going to be going way too far. I can see already that price is coming from this point over here, so which means this is potentially the high over here. So I'm just gonna make this, let me box this in red. This is a peak high, and from that peak high you can see that price drops, and we could count this as our level 1. And this being our level 1, let me just remove this over here. Okay, and this being our level 1, let me just count also the number of days. It's all about having multiple confirmations so that you can execute with more confidence, knowing that yes, you adhered to your principles and your trading plan always. So okay, so we got, this is probably Monday, 17 day 1. Okay, I'm starting to see something now. You can see we could say that this was level 1 drop, boom. We're looking at level 2 drop on Euro GBP, and they didn't really give us an entry yet. But what I would be looking for, since it dropped, it gave me a straight away drop, I'm not interested in entering right now. But what I'm looking towards doing is I'm gonna mark the Asian session, and let me just say, what time did the Asian start? Somewhere at this point. Apparently the box isn't counting correctly, so which means I have to adjust it. Oh, it's starting from the wrong timing. I wanted to start from this timing. Okay, so essentially what I'm looking at is, let me just box in this whole thing, and after boxing in this whole thing, we can now see that this right here, this is our Asian middle line. Let me just mark. Okay, this is our Asian midline. So essentially what I would be looking for is for price to perhaps come to the Asian midline, give us some sort of rejection or whatever before we can take this sell trade on Euro GBP. So this is my point of view for today, guys, for Euro GBP. This is my point of view. We already entered Euro USD, and Euro USD is going to the upside. And yeah, let's just see how price is going to behave within these specific price points, and if you're going to be hitting our TP1 and all that. All right, guys, just as I mentioned, I was going to make this quick, so I'm definitely gonna catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe, adhere to your trading plan, and use proper risk management always.